welcome to Blue Couch Reviews. I'm Carlos, and this is John, and we are here to review Doctor Strange.
Yes, the 14th Marvel Cinematic Universe movie. I'm pumped for it. I even have my Doctor Strange goatee going on. What about you?
Super excited. I'm going into this a little bit blind. I know about most Marvel comic characters. I know of Doctor Strange, but not really too much of his story, so I'm pretty excited.
Through the mystic arts, we harness energy and shape reality.
The Avengers protect the world from physical dangers. We safeguard it against more mystical threats.
Come with me.
You'll die protecting this world, Mr. Doctor. Mr. Doctor. It's strange. Maybe. Who am I to judge?
But yeah, what'd you like about this thing?
There are certain movies that get better the second viewing, and for me, this was definitely one of them. And it could have been the IMAX 3D experience, or it could have been that I just caught more of the story, since this movie moves at such a fast pace.
Yes.
But definitely would recommend going to see it in that 3D IMAX. Just with the effects and everything, it flows and comes together very nicely.
Yes, and that's one of my first points. The special effects on this movie were amazing, especially in 3D. It's a big assault on your senses. It's just everything they throw on the screen. Was really awesome.
Yeah, Marvel definitely seems like they have the budget to make their comic book characters come to life, and it definitely shows in this movie. Definitely.
What else did you like about this?
Let me see. Oh, the acting. The cast in this movie just killed it on pretty much every level.
Yeah.
Everyone, I think, did the best possible job that they had with their parts. It's no secret that sometimes the Marvel villains don't have as big of a backstory as the heroes.
Right.
But, I mean, the actors who were playing each role, I thought, did an amazing job.
Yeah, there's not a weak link in the bunch. Really perfect casting when it comes to Doctor Strange. Benedict Cumberbatch did an awesome job. I really couldn't see anybody else playing him.
No, by the time this movie wraps up, he is Doctor Strange.
Yeah.
There's, I don't think, another actor there that can take on that role. He just plays it with that perfect amount of arrogance and thirst for knowledge, and then also humor. There's
a lot of humor in this
like
one.
most Marvel movies, there's humor sprinkled in, but he just nails it.
Definitely. What do you think about the Ancient One? A lot of hoopla about the casting her in this one.
So, not having been as familiar with this Doctor Strange character as in like reading the comics, I went into this kind of more, I think, with an open mind than I usually do, like say with the Avengers or Spider-Man. And I thought she did an awesome job. I knew that there was a lot of backlash going on for the casting of her in this role, but when you see the movie and you see the job that she does in it,
right?
I mean, you just walk away saying, yeah, that was a great casting.
Yeah, she has a perfect mix of just you wanna follow her in this, and then also just she's holding something back. There's a little bit of mystery to her character.
Yeah, she definitely has this wisdom that comes out on the screen, and you're like, okay, I'm willing to kind of like sit back and listen to your teachings, but then also, all right, there's something maybe going on back here without going into too much spoilers.
Right.
Yeah, but she was definitely, I think, one of the highlights of the movie.
Yes, and that leads us to my second good point of the movie, which is just getting to the mystical elements of the Marvel Universe, which has always been a big part of the comic books, and it's taken 14 movies to get here. They did sprinkle it a little bit over their other movies, but we're really diving into the deep end of this. It's pretty awesome. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, the full magic and multidimensional element that the Marvel Universe, as comic book fans, I think was missing, and I know people were waiting for this to happen. Like you said, they gave us a little taste here and there with Scarlet Witch, but they explained that for her, she's more of enhanced, and Doctor Strange, of course, is more of the wizard, sorcery type of magic, and it's awesome to see.
Yeah.
And they do it in a way that the way that they introduce the world, it's easy for the audience to be like, oh, okay, this has been here maybe the whole entire time. We just weren't aware of it.
Right, yeah, definitely. All right, what didn't we like about this movie? What's one of your bad points?
I didn't have too many bad points in this movie, so really just going to be nitpicking it here.
Okay.
But for me, the pacing of the movie I thought was a little bit rushed in certain points, and I wanted to see more of how this arrogant doctor who thinks he knows it all about science and the human body, and how exactly he transforms into the great Doctor Strange.
Yeah, like you said, the pacing was a plus because it's a fun movie, it's an energetic movie, it continuously moves, so you're never bored during it. But also, you also do miss a little bit of those character moments where if they had slowed down just a little bit, you would have gotten a little bit more of like how that transformation, like you were saying, happened.
And I think that's where we went back to see it a second time, and definitely like, oh, okay, like it was there.
Yeah, it's there, but you're moving so quick, it's hard to enjoy it, essentially.
Yeah, and that's a good way to put it. You're so excited to see this character's journey. But I wanted to see more of him studying and more of him like in that mystic world.
Definitely.
Before you hit that third act, which is action and stuff. So.
All right, so one of my bad points is going to be the bad guys. I've harped on this for Marvel movies before, and I'm going to harp on it a little bit more here because they're not bad in the movie, but they're not great, they're not stellar. They're pretty much forgettable. They serve the plot, they serve Doctor Strange's journey enough, but you're not really going to remember any of the bad guys for the most part.
Yeah, there's no standout villains in this movie. I think if you're familiar with where Marvel's probably going to take the Doctor Strange story, then you know that there's a lot of setup here.
Yeah.
So, and that'll pay off later down the road. But when you think about it, for me personally, if you think about the top Marvel villain, I know for me it's Loki.
Right.
And that's just because he had the most personality, the most pizzazz. He was a fun villain.
Right, yeah.
And like I said, the actors did everything they had with what they were given, and they did a great job. But yeah, definitely Marvel villains seem to be a little bit of the weaker point. Now, of course, we're getting Thanos pretty soon, so
fingers crossed that he's the one we've been waiting for.
Right.
Tons of build up for him. So
right.
When he arrives, let's hope it's good. All right. Anything else, or should we geek out?
Let me see. One of the negatives, I think we already touched on it, was just I wanted more of that mythology. I wanted to see more of that magical world that Doctor Strange journeys to.
Yeah, so this is a big, just kind of a peek behind the curtain, because they didn't want, I think, for the mainstream audience to really just throw everything in the ring at the same time.
Yeah.
They're just kind of easing us into it. So like you said, it's just kind of like, okay, here it is. And now, we're going to do the action thing that we do, and then hopefully in the second one, we'll really get into it.
That being said, it definitely leaves you wanting more.
Yeah.
So they definitely accomplished that.
Yeah. All right, geek out. What were some of your geeky moments here?
Just the way they introduced the magic and the special effects, the way the whole world was put together and kind of explained.
Yeah.
I thought they just did an amazing job.
Sweet. Yeah. I really like the cloak of levitation. That's one of my geek out moments. It's just a cool, when it does happen, it's excellently done, and it's just funny. It's a funny moment, and it's also just a cool moment.
It's definitely one of the highlights of the film, I thought. So, yeah, that was awesome.
Yeah, definitely. All right, my other geek out moment was the first credit stinger. There's two of them, so you do, if you want like those end credit stingers, want to stick around to the very end, because there's two. But the first one is just like a cool geeky moment. If you're a fan of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, I won't go into spoilers here, but just knowing that Doctor Strange is going to come back sooner than I thought he was going to come back.
Yeah, it awesome. Seems like he's coming back a lot sooner.
Yeah.
And just the way that Marvel has perfected the art of the stinger.
Yeah.
The way that they just tease you a little bit, wanting the next movie or more movies to come up with each of their characters, it's just awesome.
Definitely. Any other moments for you?
Not really.
Yeah. All right, well, let's get into our final thoughts.
Okay, guys, I highly recommend that you go check out this movie. Marvel really just nailed it as far as taking a story about an arrogant doctor and his journey on how to make himself better and introducing magic into the Marvel Universe. If you like the classic Marvel formula, that action, has a little drama with a little humor in it, this is going to be an entertaining movie for you. Definitely check it out in IMAX 3D because the special effects are amazing. It's going to really wrap in the story for you.
I'm going to recommend seeing this movie for sure. For just Marvel fans, it's a must-see. For general audiences, they're going to have a ton of fun with this one because it's the most standalone Marvel movie they've done in a long time. So you don't need much to go enjoy it. So just go have fun. Definitely see it in 3D. The bigger the screen, the better if you can. It's definitely worth it just to get all that experiences and all those cool special effects really flying at you. That's our thoughts. I really enjoyed it. I'm going to rock this movie out with a 4.5 out of 5. What about you?
I'm also giving it a 4.5 out of 5. I thought it was a brilliant way to introduce magic and the character of Doctor Strange, who isn't a mainstream character for most people. Like I said, I'm a Marvel fan.
Yeah.
I've read him when he's appeared in other comics or seen him when he's been on TV shows, like cartoons and stuff, but never read his own material. This movie lets you take that first step of introducing you into Doctor Strange, and I know for me, I definitely want to check out the comics now and see more about him.
Ton of good comics book out there, so definitely it's a great introduction. That, and like you said, you immediately want to go into the second one after this one's done.
Yeah, I definitely want to see more of that Doctor Strange world, so check it out. We definitely recommend it.